Chapter 1: The StoryBrand Framework. In this chapter, Miller introduces the StoryBrand framework, which is designed to help businesses clarify their message and communicate more effectively with their customers. He argues that many businesses struggle to communicate their message effectively because they do not understand the power of storytelling. He explains that the StoryBrand framework is based on the idea that customers are the heroes of their own stories, and that businesses should position themselves as the guides who can help customers achieve their goals. Actionable steps for entrepreneurs. Use the StoryBrand framework to clarify your message and communicate more effectively with your customers. Position your business as the guide who can help customers achieve their goals. Focus on the benefits that your products or services provide, rather than the features. Chapter 2: The Customer is the Hero. In this chapter, Miller emphasizes the importance of understanding your customers and their goals. He argues that customers are the heroes of their own stories, and that businesses should position themselves as the guides who can help them achieve their goals. He explains that businesses should focus on the benefits that their products or services provide, rather than the features, and should use language that resonates with their customers. Actionable steps for entrepreneurs. Understand your customers and their goals, and position your business as the guide who can help them achieve those goals. Focus on the benefits that your products or services provide, rather than the features. Use language that resonates with your customers and speaks to their needs and desires. Chapter 3: We are all guided by a story. In this chapter, Miller explores the power of storytelling and its role in shaping our lives and our decisions. He argues that we are all guided by a story, and that businesses can use this knowledge to their advantage by creating a compelling and effective story that resonates with their customers. He explains that a good story has a clear hero, a clear problem, and a clear guide who can help the hero overcome the problem. Actionable steps for entrepreneurs. Create a compelling and effective story that resonates with your customers. Ensure that your story has a clear hero, a clear problem, and a clear guide who can help the hero overcome the problem. Use storytelling to create an emotional connection with your customers and to make your message more memorable. Chapter 4: The Guide and the Call to Adventure. In this chapter, Miller explains the importance of positioning your business as the guide who can help your customers achieve their goals. He argues that customers are looking for a guide who can help them navigate the challenges and obstacles they face, and that businesses should position themselves as that guide. He explains that a good guide is empathetic, confident, and has a plan to help the hero achieve their goal. Actionable steps for entrepreneurs. Position your business as the guide who can help your customers achieve their goals. Be empathetic, confident, and have a plan to help the hero achieve their goal. Use language that positions your business as the guide rather than the hero. Chapter 5: How to Build a StoryBrand Website. In this chapter, Miller provides practical advice for building a StoryBrand website. He explains that a good website should be easy to navigate, visually appealing, and should communicate your message clearly and effectively. He suggests that businesses should use clear headlines, calls to action, and simple language that resonates with their customers. Actionable steps for entrepreneurs. Build a website that is easy to navigate, visually appealing, and communicates your message clearly and effectively. Use clear headlines, calls to action, and simple language that resonates with your customers. Ensure that your website is optimized for search engines and mobile devices. Chapter 6: Cast characters that reflect your customers. In this chapter, Miller emphasizes the importance of casting characters in your story that reflect your customers. He argues that customers are more likely to identify with characters that look like them or share their values, and that businesses should take this into account when creating their story. He suggests that businesses should use images and language that reflect the diversity of their customer base, and that they should avoid stereotypes and cliches. Actionable steps for entrepreneurs. Cast characters in your story that reflect your customers and their values. Use images and language that reflect the diversity of your customer base. Avoid stereotypes and cliches that may turn off potential customers. Chapter 7: Create a clear plan to guide customers through a story. In this chapter, Miller explains the importance of creating a clear plan to guide customers through a story. He argues that customers are looking for a guide who can help them navigate the challenges and obstacles they face, and that businesses should provide a clear plan for how they will help the hero achieve their goal. He suggests that businesses should break down their plan into small, actionable steps, and should communicate this plan clearly and effectively to their customers. Actionable steps for entrepreneurs. Create a clear plan to guide customers through a story. Break down the plan into small, actionable steps that are easy to understand and follow. Communicate the plan clearly and effectively to customers. Chapter 8: The Power of Empathy. In this chapter, Miller emphasizes the importance of empathy in storytelling and marketing. He argues that customers are more likely to engage with a brand that demonstrates empathy, an understanding of their needs and desires. He suggests that businesses should focus on building relationships with their customers and showing them that they care about their success. Actionable steps for entrepreneurs. Demonstrate empathy and understanding of your customers' needs and desires. Focus on building relationships with your customers and showing them that you care about their success. Use language that demonstrates empathy and understanding. Chapter 9: How to use story to clarify your message. In this chapter, Miller provides practical advice for using story to clarify your message. He argues that a good story has a clear hero, a clear problem, and a clear guide who can help the hero overcome the problem. He suggests that businesses should use a simple, three-part framework to create a compelling and effective story. Actionable steps for entrepreneurs. Use a simple, three-part framework to create a compelling and effective story. Ensure that your story has a clear hero, a clear problem, and a clear guide who can help the hero overcome the problem. Use storytelling to create an emotional connection with your customers and to make your message more memorable. Chapter 10: The And, But, Therefore Test. In this chapter, Miller introduces the And, But, Therefore Test, which is a simple framework for testing the clarity and effectiveness of your message. He explains that the And statement should establish the status quo or the problem, the But statement should introduce the conflict or challenge, and the Therefore statement should provide the solution or the way forward. Actionable steps for entrepreneurs. Use the And, But, Therefore test to ensure the clarity and effectiveness of your message. Use the And statement to establish the status quo or the problem. Use the But statement to introduce the conflict or challenge. Use the Therefore statement to provide the solution or the way forward. Miller provides several real-world examples of how the And, But, Therefore test can be used to clarify and communicate a message more effectively. He argues that this simple framework can be applied to any aspect of a business, from marketing and advertising to sales and customer service. In conclusion, building a story brand provides a simple and effective framework for testing the clarity and effectiveness of your message. By using the And, But, Therefore test to establish the status quo, introduce the conflict, and provide the solution, entrepreneurs can communicate their message more effectively and drive engagement in sales. This simple framework can be applied to any aspect of a business, making it a valuable tool for entrepreneurs looking to succeed in business and life.